everyone, and welcome to our February 2023 IHC podcast. My name is Wency Hong, and I am the Communications Coordinator for IHC. I will be the host for today's program. Our guests today on the line are our CWO, or Community Wellness and Outreach staff members, Marissa and Valerie. Hi, Marissa and Valerie.
Hi, Wency.
Hi.
Would you all like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Marissa Hemstreet. I'm the fitness coordinator here at Indian Health Center Santa Clara Valley's CWO department.
Hi, and I'm Valerie Monteros. I'm the Community Wellness and Outreach Support Specialist.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for making time to join us today. Our Community Wellness and Outreach Department provides a lot of services to our community. Could you all please share with us perhaps some more details of the services you all provide and how folks can get involved, especially with the new year and new year, new me?
Yeah, so for the fitness center, the way to join is by getting a medical clearance form. It's a specific form, so we can email it to you or fax it, or you can come on by to pick it up. Once you get that filled out by your primary care physician, it'll have certain notes on it if you have any physical limitations. And then once you get the form in, we'll give you a call if it's been faxed to us, or you can drop it off in person. However, we would like at least a 24-hour heads up, since we are no longer actively advertising for walk-in appointments. We ask that folks schedule a visit at least 24 hours in advance. In our fitness center, we offer a variety of programs such as group exercise classes, personal training, and open gym use. And it's free for everybody as long as you have that clearance form filled out. And for folks who don't have insurance, they can get a list of free clinics in the area to get the form filled out.
And then we're also partnered with Second Harvest here, so we distribute fresh fruits and vegetables, other USDA items. So we've been doing it throughout the pandemic for two times during the month. So it's like the first and third Wednesdays. We might be switching up our dates for March. We just don't have confirmed dates yet. So that's a pretty popular event that a lot of our community members like to come out to. So anyone's free to join, staff, community members, patients, what have you. So
for the fitness center, we have age limit 6 and up, and ages 6 to 13 need to come in with their parents for every visit. For ages 13 and up, their parent or guardian will need to come with them for the orientation, but if they have their parents' permission, they are able to come in and work out on their own.
What are some programs that folks can look forward to in the upcoming year?
well, we're continuing like our fitness events such as like Fit Kids. We've been doing those virtually. We're not sure about doing in-person events yet. I know we're doing like Healthy Adventures, which is an in-person event we're going to have at the park. So it'll be like 4 days. Kids will learn about nutrition, fitness activities. Marissa will lead a lot of the fitness portion. They'll learn about different health topics. Ruben Vargas, our nutritionist, he comes up with a lot of the curriculum for these programs. And then Marissa also leads a lot of the fitness.
The difference between Fit Kids and Healthy Adventures is Fit Kids is usually one day, and it's about an hour-long session. The Healthy Adventures, like Valerie said, is like a week-long program, anywhere from 4 to 5 days. And it usually takes place around lunchtime, so like noon to 1 or noon to 2. We have a Healthy Teens class, so it's like with older kids, and that one sometimes they have one. For the little ones, I think Healthy Adventures is pretty fun because there's a lot of games. And then for the Healthy Teens or the Taking Care of All of You program that we have, the week-long Healthy Teens version, that one's a little bit more down to earth, and we try to meet teens where they are, kind of understanding their circumstances. Taking Care of All of You is online right now.
But we do like being able to talk to the teen or the families beforehand to kind of screen them ourselves and see if they'd be a good fit for the program. Like I said, it's all based on their willingness to participate.
And I think that all kind of ties into this question here, like why should our community join CWO in the movement towards healthy living and an active lifestyle?
A lot of my students are also friends outside of the fitness center. It doesn't mean you need to come here to make friends, it's just that's a benefit of what happens once you work out with somebody and you see them every day. It's to the point that some of my members have been with me for over 5 years. And if they don't show up, we give them a call and, see, are they sick? Are they okay? A lot of my students in the morning classes are elders because some of them may have lost like their partners or, maybe they lost their family. And for them, they want to know that, if something happens to them, is someone going to look? And I'm proud to say that with my students, they're really diligent in making sure that they call people to make sure that they're doing all right. Even when I'm out, they're like, what happened? Are you okay? Are you injured? Can you teach?
Yeah, no, I noticed that too with a lot of the fitness people. Some of them will even update me like, oh, so-and-so's not going to be here. And, without even having to ask me or Marissa, they kind of just know amongst themselves. They talk with each other. So they kind of build their own group. So I think that's very unique compared to like a Planet Fitness or a 24-hour, unless you have already a close-knit group of people. So that's the community I see every day.
Yes, it's definitely very tight-knit and like a family. It seems like some programs are virtual, some are at a park. Could you all go a little bit more in depth about where these services and programs are held?
For like all of our fitness classes are in person right now. The only class that doesn't take place at the fitness center is our walking group, but we do meet at the fitness center first. We're in downtown San Jose on the corner of 13th Street and East Santa Clara Street. Our address is 602 East Santa Clara Street, San Jose, CA 95112. For personal training, we do provide in-person and online training. For the online training, we need to make sure that your camera is operating and that I'm able to see your full body, so that way we make sure that you're not doing any of the exercises incorrectly. I just need to make sure I'm watching your form. My ultimate goal is for everybody who does online trainings to be able to see their full body, so that way we're able to make sure that they're moving safely and correctly. I've done personal trainings with folks in like Utah. One person was from Canada. It was very interesting, where there's natives and First Peoples everywhere. So.
Marissa, I know that you have a Two-Spirit group coming up this week, and I know that you all as a department also collaborate with Intertribal Resource Department. We saw in the newsletter, in the February 2023 newsletter, that IHC will be participating in Silicon Valley Pride. So could you tell us a bit more details of the event and just the background as a whole for Two-Spirit?
Before the Intertribal Resource Department was a thing, we had a committee throughout the entire Indian Health Center. It was called the Intertribal Health Council, which really consisted of any American Indian, Alaska Native staff members, but also it was open to general staff as well. You didn't need to be American Indian, Alaska Native. During the pandemic, the Intertribal Resource Department came about, and they, opened up departments specifically for those needs instead of just having a health council. Well, we still have the health council. They're always willing and ready to help. The Intertribal Resource Department is really good at, taking care of specifically like Native elders and just ensuring that they have like community events. We don't just want to be a health center. We want to be like a community center kind of, and host events and be really interactive with our community, not just see them for a doctor's appointment and then, okay, bye, see you in 6 months to a year. So with Two-Spirit Group, that came out of a conversation with Stephanie Reynolds. She's the fellow co-founder of the Two-Spirit Group here at Indian Health Center. We were talking about how some of our queer patients don't really feel like they have a place at IHC, or they don't know how to talk to their physician. We wanted to have our queer population, LGBTQ folks, or Two-Spirit folks feel safe and heard and know that they have a place. So part of that, we got to check in with Vernon to see if we could start a group, and then we were looking for where we would be housed, and that was where CWO came into play, because we have a sweetgrass room that's pretty open. We use it for meetings or special events. So I just checked in with Ronald, my program manager for the Community Wellness and Outreach Department, to see if we can host the event here at Sweetgrass. And she said yes. And so, the rest was history. Vernon provided the funding from Intertribal Resource Department, and Ronald provided the space from CWO Department. So it's a collaboration between departments, which is really nice to see. Now, this year it's going to be every second Friday of the month from 12 to 1 p.m., except for varying months, I think like May and November, just for extenuating reasons. And in the meetings that we have for Two-Spirit Group, it's for people who identify as queer, LGBTQIA, Two-Spirit, or their allies. The only requirement that we have is to be kind and to be understanding of others. We don't really have any restrictions. You don't need to be specifically Native or identify as anything to go. We tend to have snacks, and then we do a craft activity or watch a movie. We do have folks who join us online and in person. We do our best to make sure it's a very inclusive hybrid event. Somebody is planning on attending a certain month, that it's best that they call or email ahead of time just to see if we have a craft going on, because I would be more than happy to provide the supplies to the people who are participating online via mail. And I like to remind folks that do attend Two-Spirit group that it is a safe space, and usually like whatever setting our group we tend to keep in our circle.
And also the end of March, we have the Silicon Valley Pride event that we will be participating in. Is that correct?
Yes, and the event will be from about 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. It's going to be at the Billy DeFrank Center. We're happy as Indian Health Center to be sponsoring it and see what kind of events will take place. I know so far they're going to have a queer health panel. So there's going to be residents and physicians, hopefully some residents from IHC, but if not, the Q Corner and the Gender Health Center are going to be providing some residents and physicians as well to answer some questions that, you know, folks who identify as queer may not feel comfortable asking their physician on a regular basis. It's making some topics less taboo and kind of easier to talk about. So I'm really excited for the inclusion that they're going to provide. There's also going to be performances. I think there's going to be a yoga performance. They asked me to do a Zumba demonstration. There may be some drag queens, so it's going to be a really fun and lively event, but ultimately with the surrounding goal of to make sure folks in the queer community stay healthy and on top of their, you know, checkups and visits, and, you know, have their concerns addressed by their physicians.
Anything new that we have coming out, we will always keep in contact so that way everyone can know. But I think we do a good job at providing an open space for anyone of all walks of life and all ages. So I could say I'm proud to be part of our community as well, even as a staff member.
Well, thank you so much, both of you, Marissa and Valerie, for joining us today. For folks who are tuning in, to stay updated with IHC on the plethora of programs we have, as well as information to schedule appointments for care, check out our website at www.indianhealthcenter.org. Thank you all so much for tuning in today, and we will be back next month. Stay tuned for more. Bye now.